Today we're going to talk about one of the biggest predictors of happiness, and it's not what you think. Harvard University did a study. It was in 2010, and they studied 2,250 people. They surveyed these people and got about 250,000 data points. And what they found really challenges everything we think we know about why we're happy or unhappy. The shocking part is it's not about your income. It's not about who you know or your status, relationships, not even your health. It's something else entirely. And this is about the importance of being present. That is one of the biggest indicators of a person's happiness. It's a little shocking, and it's really kind of challenges our mindset a little bit about how often we let our minds wander. And that's the study in 2010. And I want to cover some of what they found in this study. They asked these people three questions, the people that were involved in the survey and the study. They said, one, what are you doing? Two, what are you thinking about? And three, how happy are you? So out of those 250,000 data points, they found that a person's mind wandered 47% of the time. That's nearly half of our awake life, our awake hours in our life. Almost half of our time was spent wandering. And keep in mind also, this is 16 years ago in 2010. Who knows what it would be today with social media and all the texting and distractions that we have today. So this is in 2010. That's what they found. And people that had their minds wander all the time during ordinary moments, they found were less happy, regardless of the activity. Now, what that means is, let's say you're washing dishes and you're thinking about washing dishes and what's happening, while you're doing it. That person is happier than the individual that is at Disneyland or in Hawaii on vacation thinking about work. So it's not about, it's happy. What they're really saying here, this is it's a little hard to grasp, but keep in mind, it's like cause and effect. The people that were present became happier. They weren't present because they were happier. And that's a big distinction, regardless of the activity. Now, we know that if you're at a wedding, you're at a playoff game, or there's some big event, yeah, of course, we're present for those. But it's more about the ordinary moments, being present for those. When someone's talking to you, say your wife is talking to you, and she's telling you a story, but you're looking at her, but your mind's somewhere else. That's a wandering mind, okay? And if our minds are wandering all the time during normal events, it's a sign we're less happy, or we will become less happy. This has played out in my own life as well. So just keep in mind, being present equals happy, absent equals unhappy, and that's the whole finding. It's not 100%, I get it, and it's not every time, but as a general rule, being present produces more happiness, and not being present produces less happiness. I know it sounds simple, kind of is simple. What they found is a wandering mind could predict 10.8% of happiness, and the actual activity only predicted 4.6%. That means what your mind is doing is more than twice as powerful as what you are actually doing in life. What your mind is doing, what you're thinking about, is twice as powerful as the actual activity. Could have the perfect career, perfect relationship, be in just like prime health, uh, and spend all your time mentally somewhere else, and you will be miserable. Certainly less happy. So even pleasant daydreaming made people less happy than being present. It sounds really simple, and it is. It sounds kind of just ordinary, and it is, and it's kind of seems almost too easy. Well, try it. Think about it like this. Sometimes our life is like a movie. At least in our head, it's like a movie. We we know that we hear a lot about we're always thinking about the past and how regretful that can be for people, or the future. That's where fear and anxiety is. But you know, the current moment, we can be just living in a fantasy world. I've done it, you've done it, and we've all done it. There's a movie playing in our head about conversations that have never happened, about events that will probably never happen. And it's just like going to a movie. We go to a movie, we pay admission, we go, we get the popcorn, and we're watching this movie. And during the movie, we can feel things, right? We can feel emotions, we can have opinions, we like things, we don't like things. We can get emotionally entangled in a movie, right? But it's not real. I mean, you can't take the movie home with you. The actors aren't your friends. The story isn't your life. It's entertainment. It's not reality. So thoughts work the same way. In our head, we create scenarios at work, with our boss, with our customers, in relationships, and we do it all the time. Have you ever caught yourself? It's like you're watching a movie. It's nuts. We even can feel emotions, the whole deal. It's none of it's real. So that's something to be aware of. We call it thinking, but uh, keep in mind the only thing that's real is our present moment. It's being present where you're at with whatever you're doing. So, well, I had something I was going to share with you. I will. My wife and I planned a trip to go to a high lakes here, and it's Lamola Lake. We love it. It's about a hour and a half to 2 hour drive, and we made a big deal because we have stuff going on in our life as well. I mean, we do. There's things that happen in our family, and there are stresses and there are concerns, just like in everybody's life. But we decided just to set it aside and just go on a trip and just take the day, half a day, have a picnic, load up our dogs in the car, and let's just go to the lake and enjoy the day. And we did. And we took off in the car, and we drove and got stuff for a picnic, and we were pretty excited about it. And we drove and enjoyed the trip, and we're looking at the river on the side of the road as we drove up the highway, and we're like, hey, here's the turnoff, you know. So we turn off. It's another 5 miles off of the road to the highway to get to the lake, and we pulled up to the lake, and there was a sign and a chain across the entrance that said closed. And that was like, what? We just planned this whole day. We get there and it's closed, a total shutdown. Uh, so we said, you know what? Let's just go to Diamond Lake. It's only a 30-minute drive from here. I know they're open. So we got back in the car, drove 30 minutes, a little farther. We got there and the wind was blowing. It was 46 degrees and the mosquitoes were thick. So we go, what are we going to do now? We can't get out of the car. It's cold. There's mosquitoes everywhere. And we just enjoyed a picnic in the car. with the dogs, and we enjoyed the lake, we enjoyed the scenery, and we made the absolute best of it. And we had a picnic, and we enjoyed it. I think that's a good example of the importance of the journey and appreciating and enjoying the journey in our life. Because if we would have put all our stake in, if we would have just held on to when we get there, we're going to have fun, and it being closed, it could have had a different outcome. But because we just really enjoyed each other and we enjoyed the conversation, we were talking, um, it turned out great. And sometimes things just don't turn out the way we think they will. And I think it was really important that day to let life just flow, let things just unfold. We cannot control every outcome. We cannot control every situation, nor should we even try. And the importance of just enjoying, being present and enjoying the journey is far more important than just waiting to get to the destination. I think it was I felt good about that day. So that's what it felt like to me, experiencing peace. Uh, we didn't have all the negative emotions, and we didn't get mad. We didn't start, hey, I can't believe you're closed. We didn't do that. We just enjoyed each other in the day and our dogs, and we were present, and it was perfect. And so I wanted to share that with you. I I know when I'm talking about these things about happiness, it's easy to think, yeah, that's great. It was a little inconvenient, but that's just inconvenience. I got real problems. My problems are real, and they're bigger than just having a closed sign up at a lake. I understand that. I have in my own life, I've, I don't know how much I want to share here, but I have a son I love dearly. It's looking at prison time, and he's fighting that battle right now. I have a brother that's fighting for his life, who's been in the hospital for a month and a half now. I have a father-in-law who's doing the same, fighting for his life. And I know you and probably have things in your own life that are really challenging. I think my advice to you and my advice to myself is sometimes we just need to take a break and go on a picnic and decide that right here, today, right now, we're gonna take a little break from all of the stuff that's going on. We're not gonna pretend that tough stuff doesn't happen, because it does. Sometimes just make a decision to put the tough stuff on hold and go on a picnic, whatever that picnic is for you. Take care of yourself. Make a decision and a choice that I'm going to block out this time for me, for us, and we're going to do something different. And we're going to go be present and enjoy life, and we'll deal with the other stuff later. I really do think that being present is a choice. And again, we can't control all the circumstances in our life, but we can control our response to it. We can. Maybe we won't get it right every time. And sometimes we just suck at it. That's all right too. And you get back on the horse and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. Because when you're present and you're mindful, you have a bad day or bad moment, you just come back to the center, you find your way back, and you follow the principles. Be present, take a deep breath, be grateful, speak positive things into your life and others, be aware of your surroundings, appreciate them. That's it. It's not that hard. Well, it can be hard sometimes, but it is simple, and you got to make a choice to do it. And if you're consistent in that, and every day you're trying to do that and accomplish it, and when you blow it, okay, you blow it. You come back to what you know to do. That's it. That's it. Stay with it. Stay with it. You will get it. I know you will. So here's my challenge to you this week. I want you to pick an ordinary moment today, a meal, a drive, maybe a conversation, and just put the phone down. Turn the noise off for a minute and just be there fully without wishing you were somewhere else or doing something else. Okay? Just notice that. And I want you to notice what you feel. I want you to notice what you've been missing when your mind's wandering. Just stop the wandering mind, pick an event, be present, and notice how you feel. You don't need a mountain bike and a perfect conditions, and doesn't need to be great weather. You just need to decide to show up for your own life. I'm Stephen Dwight, and this is Happy on Purpose, and I hope you join me again. Thank you.